Hello, Wisconsin HOSA. My name is Noah Mutter-Schultz, and I serve as the Assistant State Advisor. I would like to welcome you to the 2021-2022 Competitive Events and Recognition Program Annual Overview Session. If you have not already visited the Useful Tools page on the HOSA website, I encourage you to do so. Here you'll find the CE updates and changes for this program year, event preparation resources, instructions on how to utilize the HATS and Tallow platforms, as well as event samples. We know each year both advisors and competitors request examples of past competitive events, and HOSA has made some of these samples available to you. I would also like to take this time to remind you that not all competitive events offered on the international level are currently available on the regional or state levels here in Wisconsin HOSA. As membership and interest increases each year, the CE management team continues to evaluate and determine which new events to add to the Wisconsin HOSA competitive events program. The events listed on this screen are currently not being offered this program year. In addition, as Wisconsin HOSA continues to build back our membership after the pandemic, it was determined that no new competitive events would be added to our state or regional program this year. What has changed though? The competitive events management team listened to the feedback provided by our members, advisors, and contracted staff, and has determined that regionals will continue to be held in a virtual format, now in an enhanced experience for our competitors. This means we have also introduced the use of ThingLink to enhance the competitive experience. This is similar to the International Leadership Conference in 2021. The competitive events listed on your screen will utilize the ThingLink program for RLC this year. You may be wondering, what is ThingLink and what will be expected for competitors? Competitors competing in a skill event, including CPR first aid, EMT, life support skills, any of the health profession events, as well as HOSA Bowl or medical spelling, be sure to tune in to this portion of the presentation to know what is expected for you. Competitor instructions. Please review these instructions to know how to log into the RLC password protected webpage. From there, competitors will need to click on the ThingLink associated with their competitive event and use Zoom to record themselves advancing through and interacting with a 360-degree immersive environment. After competitors conclude their event, they must first upload their recorded video to YouTube, then submit the YouTube link in the respective Google form that will be posted on the RLC password protected webpage for our judges to score. If you need a refresher on how to either record on Zoom or upload a video to YouTube, the CE management team has linked resources within these instructions. Competitors, please make sure you are aware of which evening your competitive event will have the ThingLink made available to you. The competitive event window for regionals is January 10th through the 14th. However, each evening throughout that week, only select competitive events will be published on the competitive event RLC website. Make sure you look ahead to take time off of work or make arrangements with other commitments, as the ThingLinks will only be made available between the 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. timeframe. If you have in conflict with this schedule, you must email us at the contact us at wihosa.org email no later than January 5th to request an alternate competition that will be scheduled on Friday, January 14th. Any requests made after January 5th will not be approved. This is especially important for any competitors competing in a team event using ThingLink. So CPR first aid, EMT, and HOSA Bowl. Make sure you coordinate with all of your team members to ensure you will be available between the 8 o'clock and 8:30 p.m. timeframe. On this slide, there is a link to a sample scenario. Click this link and begin with the star button. This button will provide competitors with initial instructions on how to utilize the ThingLink platform for the regional competition. From here, competitors will click the arrow on the right side of their screen, but before clicking that arrow, it is essential that competitors begin recording themselves so that when they click that arrow, the recording has already began. Once you click the arrow, your screen will bring you to the 360-degree immersive environment. It will begin rotating automatically, so you'll need to click anywhere on the screen and rotate the screen until you locate the white and blue home icon. When you click on that icon, the initial instructions for that scenario will be provided to you. From there, competitors will need to rotate and interact with the 360-degree immersive environment, clicking on each step for that skill.
Which is the correct injection site for this skill?
Some steps in that skill may have video and or audio, so please make sure you have your audio turned on. Competitors, it is essential to ensure consistency for our judges that prior to responding to the question, you provide the statement, "My answer is," followed by your answer. This will help provide a clear understanding for our judges to know what answer you provided for each question and when you moved on to the next step in that skill. As you progress through the 360-degree environment, you'll reach the end, which will be this blue and white star. It will simply thank you for competing at the regional level. However, for our sample, the CE management team wanted to provide you with a judge rating sheet so you are aware how you'll be judged in this virtual interactive format, since it's a little bit different, being a blended format compared to the traditional round 1 and round 2 skill rubric. Okay. If you have any questions about ThingLink, please don't hesitate to email me or use the Wisconsin HOSA contact us email account. Okay. If you have additional questions about ThingLink or the virtual process for regionals this year, please join the Wisconsin HOSA Competitive Events Management Team for our Regional Leadership Conference Q&A session, which will be held on December 15th from 7:30 to 8:00 p.m. Now, as we look ahead, please review the Competitive Event Process 2022 document closely. This document identifies what is expected in each round for both regionals and state. The term materials refers to round 1 items for both regionals and state level competition. These materials could include photos, portfolio, recorded presentations, but please refer to your event guidelines to know what would be expected to upload to Tallo for round 1. Please make sure to check out our new user-friendly competitive event webpage on the Wisconsin HOSA website. There are lots of new resources to assist you in your preparation and participation in the CE program this year. As you scroll down, you have the general resources linked in these red buttons under the Competitive Event Resource Center. And then as you scroll down further, the blue buttons are additional resources organized by category. Again, you have resources and instructions linked for ThingLink, the HOSA activity tracking system, Tallo, and soon the online testing system information will also be linked here. That competitive process for 2022, both regional and state level plans are linked with the event schedule. So please make sure you are referencing the schedule if your event has a thing link at the regional level, and you're referring to the CE plans for regional and state to know what the time frame is for when you need to compete and what platform you'll utilize to do so. As you scroll down, again, there are additional resources organized by category. An example, with emergency preparedness, you have your competitive events listed on the left side of the chart. On the next column, you have Wisconsin HOSA created resources. So each competitive event has an event resource video. It's a 1.5 to 3 minute video providing you with resources, competitive event advice, as well as going over the competitive event plan for both regionals and state, again, specifically for that competitive event. There's also the event resource category guide linked under that column. Moving on to the third column are any HOSA future health professional resources. So your HOSA event guidelines are linked here, and then additional notes in the final column. Scrolling down, there is a reminder for any competitive events within that category that are not currently offered by the Wisconsin HOSA Competitive Events Program. Middle school division resources will be published by January 1st, so check back around that date if you are a middle school member or advisor, as more resources will be made available to you in the coming months. Scrolling down again are those charts to know what to expect at each round for both regionals and state, and additional Wisconsin HOSA resources as they become available will be linked within the respective category. It is now time for you to mark your calendars for important dates regarding the competitive events program this year. Regionals again will be held virtually and take place during either January 10th and 14th or on January 29th. The January 10th through 14th window includes all online tests as well as extemporaneous writing and epidemiology, as those events also use the online testing system. All skill events, hostable and medical spelling, again, will use ThingLink. Refer to the event schedule to know which evening you will need to log into the RLC password protected webpage to access the ThingLink for your respective competitive event. And then any round one materials need to be submitted to Tallow between that January 10th and 14th window. If your competitive event has a round two presentation component, those will be conducted live in front of judges over Zoom on January 29th. Due to the unpredictability in the number of competitors for regionals, unfortunately, we are unable to provide an exact event schedule with the exact times for those events at this time. In terms of state level competition, you have a few dates in March for any online testing, any competitive event that has an online test. So really the skill events, couple teamwork, and leadership events as well have an online test. Those will be conducted at the local level and must be proctored. So competitors, make sure you check with your advisor on the process of how to schedule and take your online test with a proctor. The proctor needs to be someone other than your chapter advisor. Health science events, those all have an online test. However, all of those events, with the exception of medical spelling will still be, that online test will need to be taken between the March 1st and 10th window, but any other health science event that only has an online test for the event will be actually conducted live at the state leadership conference. So if you're competing in a health science event with only an online test, make sure you bring either a laptop or tablet to state to complete your online test during the time frame then. Again, our state leadership conference competition will be held on April 10th and 11th. Live competitive events will be held in person, and we're really excited to finally be back in person for our SLC this year. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at either email that's listed on your screen. Wisconsin HOSA looks forward to continuing to shatter your expectations as we move forward with this competitive event program year. And best wishes, competitors, as you participate in competitive events this year.